Good afternoon and welcome to House Seats Presents, your live look into entertainment. We are here today with some fabulous ladies. Woo! There's ladies all around here. There's ladies for the ladies, cheering on the ladies. Thank you, Brandy, for being here today, too. Yes, we have Niki Scalera in here to my left and to my other left with my right hand. We have Cian Coey joining us here today. Woohoo! This is, I think, number 6. Wow. This is our House Seat show number 6.
Awesome.
And I'm really happy to have you guys here because, first of all, we go back way long ago. Mm-hmm. We go back to We Will Rock You days. So that was 2005, I think?
Yes.
Yeah.
2005.
Yeah.
2004?
We started
rehearsals, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So this is very exciting to have you guys on here. I'm very comfortable here with these two girls because, first of all, we've had Niki on the show. Niki was on episode 2 with Travis.
Yes.
She was here. She was we were pushing the holiday concert. How did that go at the Smith
It was
Center?
fun.
Yeah.
It was festive. Yeah. I mean, it tends to be like my favorite show of this season.
Yeah.
It has a real like old Vegas kind of feel to it, and you know, Travis and the band, and they're like guys that we sing with all year round, and then we all get together and sing Christmas carols. But it's just really fun the way that he does it. He invites, you know, all these friends up, but everybody's a fantastic performer, and it's just a good time.
Yeah, it is. I mean, obviously the album itself, and then I heard it got a little airtime on the local radio stations.
It did.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Travis, he actually did a Kickstarter promotion
I saw that.
to raise money. This very smart.
Yeah.
Very smart idea when you're talking about, we'll talk about your Shirley Bassey show. Very smart.
Oh, gosh.
You might be able to do the same thing.
Maybe.
Yeah, you should.
So how we start every show, just so you know too, Cian, we do a little weekend roundup of what's happened in the news or what's happened in my life. Nothing really happened in my life this week, so there's nothing to report. Yeah. So, I mean, we did a few things, but, you know, nothing really, nothing too interesting to talk about. We did brunch heavily at DW yesterday.
Nice.
There was about an hour wait at the brunch yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah.
It
was a
so
little insane.
good.
Yes.
Such a good
I've
brunch.
never felt, and my employees can attest to this, I never felt more out of place yesterday. They've been there for 6 years, right? I've been staying at the door most every Sunday, but I felt like every guest was sort of, they were in charge. Whatever they wanted to do yesterday was what they tried to do to us. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody thinks it's their opportunity to tell you how to run things. I'm like, oh. You know, that will make your time a little longer if you're going to talk to me like that. It was just like, you know, people can be kind of like just a little bitchy. Mm-hmm. That was yesterday. So, yeah.
Sorry to hear
so
that.
it's okay. So we'll talk about other news because there's more interesting things like PowerBall.
Oh, my gosh.
Have you bought any tickets in this?
No.
No stakes?
No.
Nobody out buying
thought about
tickets for
it.
you?
I don't even know where to buy the ticket.
You have
Buy
to
them
leave
in
Nevada.
California or Arizona.
see,
We don't
no.
have them here because, you know, we have the other gambling
Ample
thing.
opportunities.
Right.
To
That's
gamble.
what I thought.
Which actually, my really good friend, my general manager at DW, his friend, they won Megabucks. She was a nanny.
What?
Awesome.
And she won, I think, $12 million.
No.
Holy
crap.
Yeah. And she didn't call in sick to work.
Good for
so she came to
her.
work. So, but this brings up this point because I wanted to ask you guys this because some of my employees are out in Baker right now buying me a ticket.
Good.
I could be a billionaire. I could do a lot of things with $1.3 billion.
Yeah.
I think the take home is around $850 million.
Only
Uncle
$850
Sam.
million.
Yeah. So what?
That makes it so unworth it.
I know. It's just
Oh, it's not a full
it's
billion.
not quite a full
Forget
billion,
it.
so you're not quite a billionaire. But I think you could turn that money. What would you do? Here we go. There's winning numbers from the other day. Yeah,
Those are all high
$1.4 billion,
numbers.
858 cash value. So yes, the drawing I think again is Wednesday. So
Wow.
I'm going to ask you this question, Niki Scalera.
What would I do with $868
What would you do
million?
besides put your son through the best college? What would you do with the money? Leave everyone else out. Leave your husband out of it.
Okay.
What would be the first thing you would do with any of that money?
Oh my gosh, pay off the mortgages and.
Oh, thank you.
Oh.
You wouldn't inherit a new one? You'd just go and
Well, I'm
pay
sure
cash
I
somewhere
would.
for
Well, I
another
don't
house.
know.
You like your house?
I love my little cottage here, but you know what I don't love is my big mortgage in New York City.
Ouch.
You could buy one of the new buildings they're putting up in New York right now. And then you could be the landlady.
Tell my renters to get out.
Yep.
And then we could all go to New York whenever we wanted.
See?
I don't know. I'd probably like rescue a ton of cats and
Oh, my.
hire somebody to clean the litter box for me. I don't know.
That's a lot of cats.
I
for
love cats. The
850.
litter
That's
box,
really nice.
not so
That's really
much.
noble.
I don't know.
like that.
Maybe try to do some good with it.
Yeah.
I like animals. I like to do some animal charity.
Yeah. What would you do, Sean?
Do I have to exclude others?
Well, I mean,
You
like,
mean, like,
no, just like I was just saying, immediate
after you give
family,
to
like
charity,
you, what
and
would
of
you do?
course
What is
you
something
give
that
your
you,
family.
Yeah.
what would something that you would do personally? Like, what would you love to do?
I might buy a farm.
Oh yeah.
Because I have some sort of weird little dream about living on a farm.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You
I'd have a
dream
cow.
of
I'd have a
milking
cow.
cows, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm totally sensitive, so I'd probably like raise my animals, but I'm like I can't kill the
Yeah.
animals.
Oh yeah, no.
But just to be like Charlotte's Web and like have
Oh.
Yeah.
the pig and the goose and the spider and
Yeah.
what else did they have in Charlotte's Web?
The pig,
Horse.
the horse.
Something like that. Animals.
Yeah.
It would be pretty.
It would be beautiful. You'd be
Would.
like you'd kick Martha Stewart's ass.
I would.
I mean, it would be
Whoop
beautiful.
the
It would be
shit
an
out of her.
amazing farm. I'd be on your farm out in like the middle of
The rock and roll
field.
ranch.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm naming it for you.
Yeah.
That
Better send somebody to get
the
a
rock
ticket.
and roll ranch.
Yeah.
I
Rock
like
and
it.
Roll Ranch. So you can invite all your famous, artists out. We'll talk about
Yeah.
who Sean works with because she works with a big person. But one thing we wanted to talk about also in the sad news of music world, we lost David Bowie yesterday to
Yes.
cancer.
Sucks.
Yeah, it does.
Sucks.
A real amazing genius. Yeah, cancer. I didn't even know he had cancer.
No, they said it was only 18 months worth of cancer.
Yeah. So it killed him
Evidently.
fast.
I
I
mean, who was it? It was Scott Weiland and then
Yeah.
Lemmy and
Natalie
David
Cole
Bowie.
and David Bowie.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
Natalie Cole.
I mean, I don't lump her in the
heard
rock world, but for her,
Yeah.
she's a legend. I
Yeah,
mean, they
she's
definitely.
iconic.
We talked about her last week because I couldn't talk about it last week very well because it was very hurtful because she was somebody that I was actually supposed to see her show at the M Resort one year. She was playing here and then she got an immediate kidney transplant that weekend. So
What?
yeah, because she had needed a new kidney, so she was on the list for a kidney, and so the weekend she was supposed to perform at the M, she obviously had her surgery instead, so they canceled the show. So I never got to see her live. And I think one of my friends posted on Facebook this last week, like, who would you want to see if they came back, just for one night? A lot of people wrote Freddie Mercury, which
yeah,
you obviously
definitely.
have an affinity to. And then I wrote Natalie Cole on there because it was so recent.
Yeah.
And so we were just talking at House Seats. I was telling this to Niki prior to the show. We do the set list here for House Seats. House Seats Presents, and we've done 4 shows last year. And we want to do an unforgettable one at the
that's
end
cool.
of
Yeah.
the year and to pay homage to Natalie Cole and Nat King Cole and the music that
yeah.
that made her popular because obviously her album, won so many Grammys.
Right.
And garnered her a lot of fame just on her paying homage to her dad. So so we want to pay tribute
Oh, that's cool.
and bring
one.
more talent like yourselves out for shows. So one of the things we were going to talk about too also is award shows because of course the Golden Globes were on last night. I don't know if you saw that.
Holy cow! I was
First
like,
thought.
recorded
There you go.
they need to just make this pay-per-view because
Thank you.
97% of it was bleeped out. I
Yeah.
was
No
like,
way.
these MFers are having way too much fun. It was fun, but I was like, what did they say? Like, because they were bleeping.
Yeah, they just and they hollow
Crazy.
out the whole part. They don't just hollow out the words.
No,
whatever
it's the
they're
whole
saying.
phrase.
Exactly. The dead air was the
I
killing
didn't
me.
know that. I recorded it.
You did.
I was
So we don't want to
sick.
spoil it for you.
No, don't spoil it.
Okay,
please.
no.
Because I'm a huge Ricky Gervais fan.
Oh, he was funny.
I love him.
He definitely.
I hope-
You know what? I didn't catch it in the very beginning. I thought for some reason it was still on because what they did is they played it at 5 and then they played it again at 8. So here I am watching because I got into it late. I'm like, are they either restarting it or it's like
funny.
6 hours long? I'm like, this is really long.
Yeah.
But no. So I found out later. Obviously, I was watching the monologue from the beginning. You'll laugh hysterically.
Yes.
Oh yeah. So we're already
It's
looking at
funny.
pictures. Don't look at those photos.
Yeah.
I can't see
Someone's
it.
dream came true last night in a big way. Of course, I'm talking
I did see
about
one.
Leo. So
Oh,
Wait.
oh.
yeah. That's the spoiler, but I think that was going to happen.
Oh, I
Poor
didn't know
kid
that.
never.
He hasn't won
Oh,
a
he
dang
hasn't won a
darn
thing.
That's right.
Not
I
one
forgot
He's
thing.
like
that.
Meryl Streep. They just expect him to be brilliant.
Right.
Yeah.
So when he is, they're like, well, that's his job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't step out of the box. He's always really good.
He
Oh,
he
that's
definitely you'll love his speech. It was very like
What's
goosebumpy.
it called?
Who's that?
What did he win for?
The Revenant.
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 I haven't seen that
Revenant?
yet. I want to
Yeah.
see that.
I haven't either.
I like he gets attacked by a big bear. And not like a San Francisco
does.
bear, but
He
like a real
does.
bear. Yeah, he did. Yeah, and
Oh,
they
sorry.
did some sort of spoof on that. So you'll go home and watch it. But I
Okay.
think, so one thing I wanted to ask you guys, of course, as performers and aspiring everything, with your one woman shows and the band and all these things that you guys do, tell me when you were younger, because they had a lot of people who now our generation who've grown up, like Jennifer Lawrence, and people who grew up watching these award shows and wanting to win one of these awards.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to ask you, obviously, among the awards that are out there, the Tonys, the Grammys, the Oscars, of course, the Golden Globes, did you ever see yourself, and what would be the speech that you give? Who would you think, besides the movie that you're in, the randomness of it all, what would you say? So this is like a lot of like, what would you do with money?
It's about time.
There you go.
No,
Humble Niki over here
Humble
to my
Niki.
left, exactly.
I'd still like a Tony, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not going to put an age limit on it.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be mad if I was nominated or got one.
Mm-hmm.
No, and I would totally thank my parents, because I started in this crazy show business when I was 5.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of work. I mean, you know what it's like as a grown-up, but when you... Then when you have a child of your own and you're just carting them from school and play friends, whatever, but then you think about putting the whole theatrical spin on it. And my mom and dad had jobs, you know, and they had jobs, and they would pick me up from school early in Connecticut, and we would drive into New York City, and I'd go to the audition, then we'd get back on the train and go home. And I would find day planners from the early 80s, and I was in the city like 4 or 5 days a week for auditions and callbacks, and it's expensive. It's tremendously time consuming, and you know, you hope when you get there and you get the reward for it, you're like, it was worth it.
Yeah.
Not all for naught.
But they supported you, and I think that's a big thing when you're coming into what you want to do. You know, my niece has been enrolled in the Broadway camps at the Smith Center, and my sister's been very supportive of anything that she's wanted to do. But I think that's part of it. You have to really have parents who go, that's not a dead end way to go. You don't want to not go down that road. You want to be able to hone in on what you've been able to do talent wise and help them, you know, fulfill it to whatever need they have.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like that.
Yes, I like that too.
How about you, Cian? Grammys?
You know what? I always was drawn to the Oscars.
Yeah.
I love the Oscars.
Yeah.
Like, I watched it every year.
Yeah.
I love movies. And I, of course, would love to win a Tony. I'd love to win any of them.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You could be like the trifecta of winning all 3, the few people who've done that
That'd be
in the
cool.
world. You know,
Is that called
you
like
write,
a
produce, you know.
snarf
Yeah, right.
It has a name.
Yeah.
Glib. I forget.
What would you say in the speech at
I
the
would
Oscars?
definitely
what would you
thank
say?
my family and my friends and all the people who supported me. And I would probably, aside from passing out on stage, I would probably just, I don't know. I'm so grateful. It would be beyond anything I could even imagine.
Yeah.
Getting there.
But getting dressed up for it, the gowns, all those things together. It just looks like a magical experience.
It would be, yes. It would be like a Disney.
Maybe it will happen for you guys.
Maybe.
Let's predict this now, 2016, just to say that you'll get there somehow. Maybe you'll perform on stage singing a song during the Tonys or the Oscars.
That'd be rad.
Yeah. I mean, look at Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
Where, I mean, you know, she was performing...
She's an NYU girl.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes.
There you go.
That's right.
So here's to your future award. You with the water.
Oh, thank you.
That's what our
Cheers.
2 shots. Shot skis.
Oh, boy.
What are you drinking?
Little honey. Little honey for the honeys right here. Nice. So we're going to talk set list. We're going to talk Jagged Little Pill. Because this Thursday at 8 o'clock at the... Oh, no, isn't that an amazing photo?
It's so cool.
All of you guys, these are all...
It's so cool.
First of all, I love your dress, Niki. Oh, my God, it was fantastic.
My sparkly tunic.
I love
And
that.
Cian is all muscle here.
Yeah.
We're all asking for her trainer's name today.
Oh, my God.
It's amazing. Rocky Brown
it's a little-
and Ann Martinez over there. So that'll be 8 o'clock at the House of Blues this Thursday night. Get tickets are only $15.
I know.
Yes.
We're going to pack the house this time,
That's
too.
awesome.
So,
It's gonna be awesome.
I have a schmegeggin of friends going.
You do?
A whole schmegeggin.
Where are
We
you
like
getting these
this.
words?
I know. She's always doing this. Last time she had the same thing. She had all these random words. She caught marshmallows in her mouth, did all kinds of crazy things last time. I don't know.
I was just eating the marshmallows.
Well,
I think Travis actually
Travis
caught
caught
them.
it. Well, I think you might have done one too, but you know.
You never know.
So
I was shooting fireball, so.
I know. We were doing all kinds of things that show. It was good. So this Thursday we're going to rock out in the main music hall of House of Blues. So it's a little bigger than where we were last time.
Yeah.
And it's a reprise of this show. So again, we're still 20 years this album's been out. We're trying to invite Alanis Morissette to come to the show or make an appearance just on Skype or something like that.
She's available.
She's you know what she's doing now? I saw it on her Instagram. I followed her.
Breastfeeding. I don't. Someone told me
Probably.
that. I don't know. Someone
Does
told
she have
me
any
that.
children? I don't know.
Evidently, she was a big breastfeeding advocate.
Well, she's doing doTERRA oil. She's like selling doTERRA oil.
Okay, that sounds like
I know
her.
it's awesome. I'm like, go for her.
I don't know what that is.
It's an oil,
They're
like you can get
essential
lavender.
oils.
Yeah, like essential oils.
But they're
to cure
supposed to
all.
like change your life.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she's out there. I mean, hey,
Cure your asthma.
you only got to put
and
out one
arthritis.
album, and now you can sell oil. So,
Oh yeah.
okay.
Oh, and people are covering her songs now.
Yeah.
Play the daylights out of them.
Yeah, so it's going to be great. So these two already did the show back in April with Ann and Rocky and killed it at the Hard Rock.
fun.
It was awesome. And it was obviously, what we do is albums in the entirety at the show, start to finish. Some different versions. So you'll hear a lot of harmonies in a lot of the songs. Forgiven, A Hand in My Pocket. I mean, it's awesome.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, we have
and you guys just came from rehearsal, didn't you?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, how was that?
It was
It was
good.
fun.
Fantastic.
It was like a big catch-up session.
Yeah, it was like a little slumber party. We were
Oh,
like,
really?
It was.
we were camped out on Angela's floor and with her little dogs and
Yeah.
Angela.
And we ended
Angela,
up
we're going to have her on the
gossiping.
show. She's one of the dirtiest people I know.
Oh my goodness.
And she would probably, since we don't bleep in this show, she
She'll just go to town.
she will have a field day.
She's
I'm
good.
almost nervous to do it. I just said, you just go.
She's
Say what
funny.
you're going to say.
She's so funny.
She's really funny. If you don't know Angela, Angela's a piano
Angela
arranger.
Chan, yes.
Angela's does Blue Man, does show. Does she do Showstoppers? too?
Showstoppers.
She does everything.
Jersey Boys. Or,
She's very in demand pianist.
I don't know.
So
She does everything.
she does everything.
Yeah.
She's everybody. I mean, she does
What?
everything. Sorry. I love you, Angela.
She would say that though. She would
would.
say that.
So
come up with
now that since we did this show already, I want to ask you, what was one of your favorite moments from doing it that you were excited to relive or recreate on stage on Thursday? Sean, let's start with you. I mean, because you rocked it out on last time. I mean,
yeah,
seriously,
thanks, man.
I was like,
Killed it.
that
Oh,
powerhouse
that's so much-
right there.
Oh, it was
Oh
so
my
much fun.
gosh, yeah.
It's one of my favorite albums. I mean,
Yeah.
I grew up on that stuff. It was like
Yep.
so cool to get to do that. I just love the whole thing. I thought it was so neat to get to do that with these girls. Just
Yeah.
the whole experience of like the feeling and the vibe of that.
Yeah.
Just having,
Females in
friends,
charge.
Females in charge.
You
going up
guys
and doing
really,
that thing. It's
yeah.
cool.
I think we only
It's
had
really
like two
fun.
males on stage. I think Vince
Yeah.
and maybe one
Yeah.
other Charles.
Yeah, yeah.
The
Yeah.
rest were all female guitars
Yeah,
and
chick
piano.
band.
You-
It was
yeah.
it was just a special experience
Yeah.
getting to do that album. So
Yeah.
I just enjoyed the whole vibe of it.
Yeah.
And from your side too, so if you don't know, also Sean tours with Meatloaf on occasion too. How is that comparison? Like you're out with rock stars, you're living these rock albums. There you are.
Me.
That's
me.
great.
He would do anything for you, wouldn't he? Uh-huh. He'd do
but not that.
anything. But not that.
But not that.
How is that? How is
that?
going on tour with him?
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I'm so grateful to have the opportunity to do it. And I'm still like, I can't even think about what it is. Like, I just go in there and just do the work and
Mm-hmm.
act and do our scenes together.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. It's
pretend
very
like that's not
theatrical.
Meatloaf.
Yeah. How many years
Like,
have
oh my
you?
gosh, like I can't believe that's Meatloaf.
That's Meatloaf.
Holy crap.
How many years have you been on tour with him?
I joined in February 2014
Okay.
when he was doing the Rocktails Cocktails show at Planet Hollywood.
Okay. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so we did 2 runs of that show there, and then we went on tour a couple months ago
Okay.
for like 7 weeks.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And where did the tour take you? Where did you go?
We were mostly in the States. We had a couple
Okay.
Canada dates, but it was mainly in the States, Arizona, California, Michigan, Pennsylvania, New York.
Do you
Rhode
play
Island.
theaters or is it mostly arenas or like?
We played a couple arenas.
Okay.
And some theaters.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you had some intimate shows and some really large scale.
So, between
events.
like probably like 1,200 seats and like
Nice.
5,000, 6,000 seats.
Wow.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
She's rocking out.
was
That's
so fun.
amazing.
I'm so grateful. I'm like, it's
Yeah.
an amazing experience. I you grow up listening to like Paradise by the Dashboard, like, like doing it at karaoke, and I never thought that I'd get to do that.
Well, even when did you guys meet at We Will Rock You?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then obviously you had time with Brian and Roger and people like that when
I
coming
didn't.
in.
I
you
joined,
didn't?
Yeah, I joined
Okay.
about halfway through,
Right.
so I didn't get to work with any of those guys. But
But you saw that they came to the show a couple times.
Yes.
Yeah. They'd have surprise visits, I know. They'd come up
Yeah.
on stage playing
Oh my
in
gosh.
random moments.
Yeah, there
Yes.
was a couple times where Brian May would just be on stage.
Oh my
And the
gosh.
audience, you could see the people in the audience were like, "Wait, what?
oh my
Yeah.
god,
Is that?" No.
It would take them a minute.
Oh, totally.
Yeah,
So
'cause they'd be like,
"Oh, somebody's wearing a costume," and then they'd be like, "No."
did he
Yeah,
play?
yeah.
He played.
Yeah, he would
he would
come
play.
out for the guitar solo at the end of Bohemian Rhapsody or in the middle of Bohemian.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Wow.
Now, do you remember the party at the Paris, the opening party?
Yeah.
Do you remember it on
Yes.
the roof of the pool and how many
Yes, the
people
teen
just sort of
queens.
randomly played like
Yeah,
huge
we
names?
sang backup the night before. We're all
yeah.
having cocktails, naturally.
Mm-hmm.
And Brian's, Niki, would you and the Teen Queens like to sing backup? at the opening night. Yeah. Yes, we'll be there with bells on.
I think I still remember the headline that the writer at the time, the music writer in Vegas had written was something to the effect of, if there was a roof on the pool, it would have blown off.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was insane.
It was insane.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Meatloaf was there.
Yep. He was there.
Yeah, he was there. Steve Vai.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh my
Steve
God.
Lukather from Toto. And
it was amazing.
Rock and roll.
Oh my God.
Yeah. This is a rockin' show.
And then there's these 4 like musical theater chicks on stage. And we're like, oh, we're so cool right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It was cool.
Now, what was your favorite moment that you can remember from Jagged Little Pill, and what are you looking forward to this Thursday, Miss Scalera?
I agree. The whole thing, the experience as a whole was pretty sweet. You know, you get up there and you're like, I'm singing this, I'm singing that, remember this part, and don't forget that. So you're doing your show thing. But then when the band kicks in and you're like, this is awesome. Like, we are rock and rolling. It was great. And so I'm excited to do that again. And I'm excited to have kind of one in the can, if you will. Yeah. And I'm already like so much looser. I'm just more excited and kind of.
Between you and Brandon Nix is versatile and you're loose. So we have we sure have a great set list for you coming up in 2016 with these folks.
Whoop, whoop.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Do you know what we have lined up?
What?
Has Andy told you? Andy right over at our office.
I want to hear. He's probably told me.
We're slating to do Amy Winehouse Back to Black.
Oh my gosh.
That's good.
I think we have 2. You hearing this, Andrew? There's 2 people right here like vying for that. That will be this spring. That'll be the spring show. We're debating between March and April, end of March, part of April. So look at your calendars.
Okay.
I believe we're doing Van Halen. 2 albums
1984.
Of Van Halen. 2 albums. Oh, and there's our plug from Scott. This is his favorite.
Van Halen?
1980. Is that Van Halen?
Yeah,
1 and 2.
Awesome.
And then we're doing a Rocky Horror Picture thing in October.
Oh, that's
like a
cool.
live interactive sort of.
Cool.
Cute.
And then Natalie Cole, Niki Unforgettable in December.
Nice.
And a few other little surprises through the year. We're going to be doing some side-by-side series at the New York. So I'm sure he'll pick on you guys to do that as well. So,
Cool.
But we're excited. Again, one of the reasons we have people on the show and we talk all the time is that we want the talent that's here, that stays here, or that goes on tour and comes back here. You're also in Raiding the Rock Vault when you're back in town. That must be fun too.
Tropicana.
Yeah,
6 nights a week.
Yes.
Wednesdays through Sundays.
There you go.
Oh my god.
Look at you. Oh my gosh.
That's a vamp. That was Raiding the Rock Vault.
Yeah. He looks very
That's
happy
Howard
right
Lee's
there.
from
He's
Heart.
excited.
Yeah, he's awesome.
That's a
Melvin
fun
Macaulay.
show.
Wow.
You guys
it's
kill
really
it.
fun.
These are great.
It's a blast.
Do you know every photo we have of you from Jagged Little Pill, it's like that's your face all the time, just like seriously in it. And that's how I felt the whole show. Honestly, you girls, that was our first set list show. That was the first time House Seats Presents put on a show. Mm-hmm. And you guys, like, I was back in the back just like, super proud. Mostly because I picked the album. Because
I'm so glad
I
you
made
did.
Andy pick the album because I'm like, you know what?
I'm so glad.
It's the 20th anniversary of this album. She rocked. She was amazing. Everyone remembers where they were when they heard it.
Yeah.
And you guys literally embraced the music like nobody's business.
It was so much fun.
Nobody's business. So if you want to rock out this Thursday, 8 o'clock, show starts at 8. There's a couple bands prior. There's a couple lady bands before, some rock bands.
Oh, cool.
You have some opening
openers.
acts.
We did not know that.
You now have some opening acts. So I think you guys go on a little bit before 9, maybe 9 o'clock.
Okay.
So yeah, okay. So okay.
Is that okay?
Doors at 7?
Doors
is that okay?
Doors are. Is that okay? I think the doors are at 7 or 8.
I think they're 7.
There's somewhere I read it was 7.
Drink early. Come early. Drink at the House of Blues. They got great cocktails. They're going to have some cocktails, I think, named after some things. I think with some themed cocktails. And then it's also, so I was going to jump ahead and ask you guys when I asked you before the show about being involved in Unforgettable.
Oh yeah,
because it's also the 25th anniversary of that album this year.
Of her album.
Of the With Love, Unforgettable With Love. So if there's any songs that you research and you'd love to sing, Straighten Up and Fly Right, Orange Colored Sky, Lush Life.
Oh yeah, that's
one of my absolute
so
favorite
good.
jazz songs ever because it's one of the saddest songs.
It is.
It is.
Lady Gaga does that on her Tony Bennett album.
Good. Again,
that's cool.
Versatile. And I want to talk real briefly. So Niki, as we were chatting earlier in the show, she has a dream to put together.
I have a dream.
And I want to know why. I knew I would get one of you to sing today.
That's just one of them.
Thank you so much. This is what I was living for. You have an affinity for Shirley Bassey.
I do.
Tell me about that. Tell us about that.
So
How did that come about?
I guess my love affair with the dame began about like 6 years ago, maybe more. And I put together a whole show of all Shirley Bassey music, and it was really kind of a story about her life and career. And I did it in New York a couple of times. Okay. I tried to get her to come, but that's actually a great story.
Yeah.
She was in town. I did the show like a week apart or something, you know. And she was in town that weekend in between the shows for like Save the Rainforest Foundation with Sting and Lady Gaga and all these people, and Elton John or probably, and they were all at Carnegie Hall, and you know, everybody's like, oh, you have to say something to her, and you've got to go, we got to get her to come. So I put together a little gift package and like wrote her a note about how I just totally respected her voice and career and life. And P.S. I'm doing a show about you. If you want to come by, I'll comp you. If you want to come down to the Laurie Beachman in the basement. Anyway, and I was so nervous. I went to the stage door. Like, why is that weird? Like, that's what we do for work. We go to the stage door. But when I'm not in the show, I'm like, you can't go to the stage door. It's not your show. So I got there and it was so easy. Like, I walked right in. I was like, oh, I have a thing for Shirley Bassey. And the girls that were there, they were like, oh, is it something that you can leave with us, or do you need to bring it to her dressing room yourself? Right. And I was expecting them to say something like, is it going to be okay if we go through it because we have to check for explosives?
Sure, right.
And so my response before they finished what they were saying, I was like, oh no, that's fine, you can just bring it. And then I was like, oh, no, the words are coming out of my mouth, and I was like, I want to go to her dressing room. But
she received it?
Evidently. Yeah. I don't know. I never heard from her. But
when you put on your show, she'll be there in spirit.
In spirit.
And she's one of those people that, what did she record? Did she record 3 Bond songs?
She did. She recorded 3 Bond songs. She's the only person to ever record more than 1. And she did 3. Yeah. And one of the little known facts is she actually re-recorded an entire album of Bond songs.
Oh, wow.
And then at the end, she didn't release it. But like the record company, she was already a big deal, and the record company kind of like snuck it out and released it, and it was a big lawsuit, and they got all of the. Oh my. But I kind of searched for it and found it, and then I was like, oh, that's why she didn't release it, because she sounds amazing. Like she just has this amazing, huge, flawless voice. But the tracks were all kind of like minimal, bad karaoke tracks. But she has on a few of her albums, she's re-recorded a couple, and they're amazing.
Did you ever see her live?
No.
That was one person I did see. I saw her, believe it or not, she was booked probably over 10 years ago at the Hollywood Theater at the MGM Grand. Wow. And I saw her, and there wasn't very many people in there because I don't think they knew right away who she was.
Right.
But everybody in the audience who was there, as soon as song after song came on, they were like, oh my gosh.
Oh, wow.
She was awesome.
I bet.
She was really awesome. So I would put up that House Seats Presents can help you with a little bit of the show.
Excellent.
We might be able to put that one for you. Oh, what are we doing here? I don't know. No, we're not doing the British accent, no. Thank you so much for making this half hour so much fun, you guys. I can't wait for Thursday. Come Thursday, these girls are amazing. They will blow the roof off House of Blues on Thursday night. I can guarantee you that. So until next week, keep it up, kiddies. 2016. Good luck to the Powerball winners.
Oh, yeah.
I think we'll all become an entourage together when we do win. So, because we will win together. So
naturally.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Love it.